Mics on. Hello and good morning and afternoon from the UK. We're going to go over my levels for today. Bit disappointed in the pre-market as it's gone through my levels already. So I'm waiting for a retest. So looking at the daily, we had this area of consolidation for a few days where we tried to get through this major area here and here at 440, 44.82, but we failed. We poked through a couple of times and then I thought we'd be getting close to the 50 moving average today, this line here, and it looks like we've broken through the 50 on the daily. So going into the hourly, you can see we're in a downtrend. Look at that nice downtrend. So putting in a series of higher high, higher low, higher high, low, high, still a low. This is the only issue, but that's a CPI, and then a low, and then we've broken through that level today. And we're actually putting in this 3-bar play right now, so potentially looking for a short. So we're in a downtrend, so my bias is a short bias today, and what I want to do is probably try. Just getting close to it now, so I may even get into the trade. The retest at 44.75 area, so that's my main area, break and retest, and with a target in mind. I'll go back a few weeks now. So target would be, where we are, 44.71 at the moment. So we're right at this area. We could potentially bounce from here because it is an area which I've put in a couple of horizontal lines so I can see where we've got some intraday support. But if we are going to push through and be weak, then we've got to be targeting 44.20, 44.16 area. So that's the major bounce area today at 44.20. Whether we get there, we've got quite a lot. We've got to get through all of this and get through all of this, and we've got higher concentrated volume also at that area as well, 44.40. So potentially we could watch for this pivot here on the hourly. This pivot just here as a potential bounce, and I've also got this area 44.53 as a potential bounce area as well, or a target, and that's purely based on the tops and bottoms of candles. Let's just get rid of that. So we've got the bottoms of candles here, and it's a pivot, and we came back, retested it, saw a bit of a knock. Well, we saw this big move up then, so it is a potential retest area. We've got the tops of candles here, basic tops of there as well, and it's a high area of volume concentration as well. So this red line is the volume point of control. So we could see potential support around this area. So 44.50 through to 44.53 is a potential bounce. Be a high risk bounce. You want to get in on confirmation only. So looking for a reversal, a change in the downward trend. So looking for a reversal pattern, which looks a bit like. So it comes down, down, and then make a new higher high, a higher low, and then we want to break through there, and that would be the confirmation we're looking for. So that's it really for MES. For rejections, I guess we're still watching. We've got this trend line 4,500, but 4,500 hasn't really done much. We've got a couple of areas where we might have just touched 4,500, rejected it. So we could watch 4,500 as potential rejection, higher risk rejection. But otherwise, if we get back up to this area here, it's nice, 44.34 through to 45.40, then we might be looking at a rejection. And don't forget, we've got the 200 moving average moving in as well, so that's coming down as well. So potentially we might have a little bit of resistance if we get back up to there, maybe around 45.20 to 45.30. But I think a short bias is what I'll really be watching for today. Looking at SPY, I've been away. I literally got back about 10 minutes ago, so I'm kind of just putting my levels in now as I'm talking. So SPY has already bounced off of 444 area I was watching, and I think there's a nice area. I've got the 50 moving average on 442 as well. So potential bounce at 442 around this level here, and we're looking for a retest maybe at 445 to 445.50 to see it push back down again. And again, similar to ES, we've got a rejection area up here at 450. So if we get into this region, it might be worth looking for some shorts. And then we've got another at 452 if we do push up. But we've got this downward channel forming at the moment, so we maybe just be filling in this channel and moving down with it until we see a break either way. Possibly the PPI number today was the break we're looking for. Break through, pull back and push down. So that's really what I'm watching. 442 and maybe a retest at 445 short, and that's it really. Yeah, maybe could look at 444 again if we get back down there as a high risk bounce. Looking at Qs. So we've still got this area on watch at 363.75. You can probably fine tune that to around about there. So 365 area really. So that's a possible bounce area here. We've got a major bounce area at 357, 358. And a rejection area looking very similar. All these charts looking very similar at the moment at 374 to 375 area. And again, if Q's push back up, might want to do a retest at 368 for a short down. So that's something to bear in mind. NQ is going to be very similar as well. So just to quickly look at some levels. So we've got this area here. This is a good area actually at 15,400 to 15,440. We've got the high concentrated volume as well. Point of control goes right through it. That touches that area and goes through here. We've got big rejection there, big rejection there, big rejection there. So all these big rejections are going to be more significant if we pull back up. So 15,400 to 440 for a possible rejection. And then bounce wise, we're not far off the bounce area. Probably where we are right now. In fact, look at that, it has bounced already. So if we were to take another leg down, we could probably be looking at, so we bounce off that area. So this inverse head and shoulders, so we've got the right hand shoulders we can probably play with around about there. And then we've got this area down here as well. So, oh look, there's no coincidence in that number. 15,000 exactly. That's where we're looking on this head and shoulders. Let's go with that one. And there's a pivot here as well at 15,088, 15,090. But 15,000 sounds like a nice number to be watching, nice round number, psychological number as well. So if we get down to this area, it might be worth a bounce. And then lastly, I'm going to take a look at oil, because I like to keep an eye on the oil. And it's one I'm not trading actively, but I do want to start trading it. So on the daily here, and we've got this potential rejection area up here, probably around there, 84.25, 84.25, and we're in an uptrend, so this has got to be biased on a pullback. It's hit the pullback area now, so probably now is a good entry area. So let's have a look on the hourly. Yeah, look at this. So got this area here as a potential demand area. If we can hold it, it might be worth. Well, we've got the 200 moving average on the day, so we touched it almost, and pushing up from it. So maybe look for maybe wait for another pullback. If it comes back down to this area for the push back up to break, to make a new high. 85 seems to be the area, possible rejection at 85, but it's in an uptrend, so that'd be a scalp, whereas this should be a normal position, a higher probability position. But we are putting in this big red bar on the hourly, so one to keep an eye on, but it's got to break down through the 200 moving average. So if it gets below 82, we might be seeing an hourly change of trend possibly. So higher low, pulling back, and then a lower low, and then lower high, pull back down. So we could do a break and retest of 82 if we do see weakness. But like I said, the daily is showing a different picture. We're in a big uptrend. So yeah, it's got to break that pivot and probably that pivot there, 70, 80 on the dot around that area, to confirm a downtrend. I think that's it. Hopefully the levels work for you. I will post them in the Discord shortly as well. So just to recap the MES, because that's the one I'm really watching. And we've got a higher probability rejection over at 45, 42. 45.40, that area, possibly another higher probability with confirmation at 45.30 to 45.34, and we've got the 200 moving average as well coming in. And look at that yesterday, that you can't have got a better. In fact, I took it on the 200 yesterday for this push right down, and maybe look for a similar play again today if we get back up there. So that's what I'll be watching for rejection. Again, I'm short biased, but if we do push down, I want to take another short maybe at the break and retest area. We're kind of still in this down channel at the moment, so we break through, come back up, possibly at around 44.74 to 44.69 as a retest short, probably where it's getting to, quite close to where it is now. I'm going to have a look in a second. And then bounce wise, got a few target locations. 44.53 is a target of a short, 4400 target for a short, possible higher risk scalp bounces. But then when we get down to this area at 44.20 to 44.10, this is an area of high volume, concentrated volume, and it's a demand area as well. Previously we've had pivot, we had a big response off of the last time. So when we came into that July the 10th, and we hit that spot and we pushed up, so maybe we expect something similar, a big bounce off of this area again when it comes back down. So keep an eye on 44.20. We might hit it today, probably won't, but maybe one for next week. Okay, have a good day trading. I will see some of you today. Okay, appreciate you watching. Thank you.